All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Yakim out there laboring of the hope for elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And pretty much, the way how Babylon has been indoctrinating the people, in these in the school system, chiefly of places of higher learning. You see where people are pretty much, told to be free thinkers. They can be whoever they want to be or whatever they want to be under the sun. They're building up a assembly line of students, okay, within these higher learning institutions, of where everything is to be sensitive. You got to be careful what you say. You don't want to offend anybody. You want to pretty much walk on eggshells. The woke community pretty much is rolled into this new generation, okay, which is supposed to be the future, okay, to pretty much be the future of this country, of the world, through these pretty much Ivy League schools and so in the sort. But now you're seeing now that when the people pretty much being opinionated on things of current world events, the people that basically pull the strings, all right, they have a problem with this now, okay? This is the same people, who pretty much fund these schools and pretty much indoctrinate the children, as far as how to think. So now when you get in a situation to where, you're seeing actual harm being put on any type of people, they're speaking up about it, and now it's an issue. You see how the indoctrination is pretty much, backfiring on the powers that be. Because when you want to talk about certain situations, they want you to think one kind of way, and that's it. Nobody has no entitlement to any type of opinion. And if you don't agree with basically what we're saying or what the narrative is, then we're pretty much going to take away whatever privilege that you may have in society. You see? And we're seeing this now pretty much across the country and in a lot of these Ivy League schools, to where, students in pretty much prominent positions where they were promised jobs at law firms or internships at law firms, they're pretty much the offers being rescinded because of their outspoken comments concerning, the Hamas terror attacks. You see? So now you have a situation to where a growing number of people across the country, all right, and now we're talking about top colleges, all right, where the students are being very opinionated and it's not fitting the narrative. You see? So, through the spirit, this is how you know that something soon is about to go down, because the narrative that has been painted from the offset of this, pretty much doesn't have enough teeth, all right? Days are going by and pretty much there's no, no pushback on, on pretty much anything to really add on to the narrative that was initially put out there, to the way the people were pretty much, going to be sympathetic towards a certain group of people. But, people are looking for the proof to be in the pudding. And when that's not being provided, then, this is where, the narrative gets lost. So this is a pretty much a news article here from Fox Business, and this is a non-binary NYU Student Bar Association president loses job after defending Hamas terror attacks on the Jays. You see, and this is this new type of a way where the people are pretty much identifying themselves. This individuals identify themselves as a non-binary, meaning they're not claiming any particular gender. Okay, But more than likely, if it's a naturally born female, normally they would have a preference of, the sexual preference would be of the opposite sex, pretty much, or of the same sex, Salakia, you know. Okay, and it depends on everything is pretty much situational with these people. But I'm gonna read this article real quick, and it says a pro LGBTQ international law firm has rescinded its job offer to the president of the New York University Student Bar Association, who issued a statement defending Hamas attacks. And it says, the NYU Law Student Bar Association president, Raina Workman, who reportedly identified as non-binary and uses they-them pronouns, issued a statement disseminated to the group's student newsletter, declaring unwavering and absolute solidarity with Palestinians and their resistance against the oppression towards liberation and self-determination. Now, this is something that's pretty much backfiring, because this is how people are pretty much being taught, in the school system, to be open to everything under the sun, as far as even identifying with yourself, you see, and to have pretty much that woke type of aspect of life to people that are being oppressed, you see. Okay, so now when you have people, a certain group of people pretty much claiming to be a victim, you see now to where the narrative doesn't fit the shoe right, you see. And the whole world is pretty much watching what's going on when you're just looking at mainstream media. And when you really look at it, with a keen eye, even with mainstream media, you can really see and read between the lines of what's really going on. Okay, you see where the aggression is coming from. You see where the people pretty much are defenseless, and this is what these people's pretty much their position is concerning this conflict. You see, all right. There's pretty much we're speaking about, and this is really turning into a humanitarian crisis, which the students are pretty much calling it out. Okay, now they're trying to silence a lot of these people. You have a lot of actors and actresses and pretty much in Hollywood that are pretty much speaking out, and they're getting burned for it, man. You see, they're getting burned for the very same type of way of going about the wrongs in society. They're getting called out and pretty much getting punished for it. You see, they get their endorsements taken away, they get their little goodies taken away. You see, and it's pretty much showing you who you ought not to speak about. Okay, when you're talking about certain people, you see, okay. But this man is being nothing but really a hypocrite, man. Okay, because this is the very same sensitive group of people that has been pretty much being manufactured out of these high institutions of higher learning, okay, for years. You see, and these people that are so sensitive, and pretty much you have to watch what you say around them. Okay, these are the very same people in the age group that are pretty much going to pretty much fight in this war, if and when there is a draft. You see, so you see that the mindset of the people, okay, their mind is not on their mind is not on a way of war. You see. And war is being pushed in the earth. But this is what you have. You have these people that are pretty much sensitive to anything that goes on that involves any type of aggression or has any type of physical harm to another person. They have to take issue with that. Okay? So you see now where everything is pretty much backfiring on this very same group of people that have been pretty much indoctrinated and really pretty much expected them to really fall in line on the agenda. You see? All right, but real quick, let's grab a scripture real quick. This is Job chapter 15, verse 34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. And a lot of people pretty much are bought and paid for. This is where you have a lot of people that pretty much would utter certain, unsavory comments concerning the conflict in the Middle East. And some of them are pretty much walking it back. Why? It's because they're bought and paid for. They understand what's at stake for them to lose if they stand in a certain position. But then you have other people that pretty much are standing firm on what they believe in, man. And what's being taken away? Things that were pretty much putting them in a certain level in society of comfortability. You see? Okay? Pretty much endorsements are being lost. Jobs are being lost. You see? Because of a person's opinion. You see? Okay? But it says, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. You see? And pretty much people are waking up to the lies that are being put out there, and pretty much calling things out. They're calling a spade, more or less. You see? Okay? But they're seeing this being played out on a world stage. And you're really seeing that Edomite supremacy pretty much rearing its head, and pretty much taking its blessing that it was giving, okay, from their forefather. You see, all right, to pretty much use that blessing to the extent of their ability, man. This man is coming down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. You see, all right, and he's going to exercise his blessing wonderfully, for that certain dispensation of time, okay, till he be taken out of the way. You see? But the narrative pretty much is not having enough teeth, man. So this is why that something else is pretty much brewing to go down, to pretty much justify any further aggression, okay? Any other aggression that has to be applied to another people, it has to be pretty much emphatically undeniable. It has to be justified, okay, in the eyes of the people. This is why I always say that what the people think always matters to the people that are in control, man. Okay, this man's gonna do whatever the hell he wants to do any damn way, okay, but your opinion doesn't matter. You see? Okay, because why? It's because the narrative has to go with certain type of has to have a certain type of sentiment to it, and everybody be in agreement with that. You see? But once it doesn't go, to the way of how they feel it was going to go, then this is where you start to see people suffer in the terms of them not getting things taken away from them, man. You see? All right, from there let's go to Psalms real quick. Psalms chapter 10 verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. And this man pretty much is persecuting the poor, man. You're seeing the poor throughout the whole earth being persecuted, man. Okay, we're seeing humanitarian crisis, okay, right before your eyes, man. Okay, and you don't have a humanitarian crisis just out of thin air. Certain situations have to arise for this to happen. This is the same situation that goes on with the migrants, man. Okay, you got the migrants that are pretty much coming here free will, all right. But what you want to call it it's really in hindsight a humanitarian crisis, okay? Because why? It's because they're leaving the land, okay, of where they came from, and certain situations that have gone down behind the scenes, okay, all right, have made living conditions unbearable, man. This is why you have people seeking to live a better life and leaving their homeland and everything that they know and love, leaving that, okay, and coming to a new place, man. All right, where they're pretty much offered opportunity to pretty much take care of their family. You see, all right, there's been an option given to them, but the place where they came from is suffering from being persecuted, man. You see, okay, all right, and it's always that an unseen hand that nobody wants to speak about. You see, but it says, For the wicked boasteth his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom Yahweh abhorreth. You see? And this man boasts of his heart's desire, man. He pretty much is saying, before he does it, what he plans on doing, man. Okay? What he plans on doing with certain lands, what he plans on doing with certain people. You see? Okay? All right? And he pretty much feels that he's 100% justified in carrying these acts out, man. Okay? Any acts of aggression, all right, that he feels that would pretty much would get back even, okay, or pretty much get his lick back, for how he feels like he was doing wrong, being wronged. You see? But it says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts, and this man is pretty much going on his own will, on how he wants to go about imposing his will. You see? All right? He's not taking counsel from the Lord. This Lord's not even in this man's thoughts, man. Okay? But he claims to be the people, you see, of the Lord. But he's not taking counsel of the Lord. You see? It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them. And this man pretty much puffs at his enemies, man. Okay? Why? It's because he has been the hammer of the earth, man. All right? You see? All right? And he's pretty much going to go out on display and to basically exercise on that dominance, man. Okay? This man is pretty much going into that warmonger mode. All right? Okay? And he's pretty much doing this in front of the whole world, man. And the whole world is pretty much being a witness to what's going on here, okay? But the people, are not pretty much in agreement with it, The very same people that they have paid millions of dollars for, because you got a lot of head people of, or pretty much philanthropists that are pretty much pulling their money away from funding a lot of these Ivy League schools, man. You see? It's because, why? It's because the students are not in line, okay? All right? They're pretty much, they're not lining up with the narrative, okay? They're pretty much the curriculum that's pretty much being, or the indoctrination that has been instilled in these institutions of higher learning, okay, is pretty much backfiring, man, okay? Because the whole sentiment of how they want them to think is pretty much carrying over in a sensitive situation, to where, they don't want, this is the only situation where the conflict that's going on in the Middle East is the only situation where we don't want you to speak your mind, okay? You need to be in agreement with what we're saying, and that's it. You see? Okay? So this is where a lot of the back and forth is going on, and you're seeing again, okay, the country being divided, okay? It says, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. You see? And this man really doesn't feel like he's going to be in adversity. Because why? It's because he feels like he's always in control and in the driver's seat, man. Okay? But we know the Lord has this man in the snare. You see? Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Okay? And hey, when you want to look at the common denominator with war in the earth, okay? All right? You look at one common denominator, man, okay? There's only one man that's pretty much able to wage war, okay? Okay? And pretty much bring forth destruction, man. Okay? All right? The orchestrator of it. You see? Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and in the secret places do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And this man's eyes are pretty much set against the poor, is because this man now wants to take over and pretty much take his land, get his land back, so to speak, according to him. Okay, if you let him tell it, all right, that whole land belongs to him, all right? And anybody else that's pretty much in that land, okay, has to get up out of it, man. Okay, one way or the other, okay? All right, it's either you're going to get put to death, you're going to starve out, Okay? All right? You're going to go into captivity. You see? All right? You're gonna flee to another land. But you're going to get the hell up out of here. And this is pretty much what this man is saying in so many words. Okay? All right? But his eyes are perfectly set against the poor, man. Okay? You see? This man pretty much moves the balance of the people, man. And he's still at the same game, man. Okay? He's practicing this to this very day. Right? He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he has drawn him into his net. You know? Right? And pretty much, man, he catches the poor by drawing them to his net. You see? All right? He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. You see? And pretty much you're going to start to see this on display. You know, this whole situation that's going on is being watched by the world. Okay? You see? And you're going to see this man going right into action, man. Okay? This man is pretty much going back to his nature, man. All right? Okay? Being that hammer in the earth, man. Okay? And it's going to be on full display for the world to see. Okay? Right? From there, let's go to Proverbs. Pull it up real quick. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. You know, this man pretty much rules the nations in anger, man. You know? Okay? You see? Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. You know, and it's pretty much now how you have a people, you know, that's pretty much being uprooted, you know, and it's causing a humanitarian aid. So what remains to be seen is where these people pretty much are going to be sent to, you know, okay? But pretty much, you know, they have to carry out forth their agenda of what they want, man. They want to get that land back, man, okay? You know, they covered fields and they take them by violence, man. It is what it is, you know? You see? But it says, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Okay? And this man's going to be broken without remedy, man. Okay? Because he doesn't see how the nations are pretty much going to align themselves up against him, man. You see? That's the ultimate snare. But that pride is blinding him to see that. Okay? Right? These 6 things doeth Yahweh hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. Okay? A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. Feet that be swift to run and running to mischief. You see? A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren, man. Okay? This man is its own discord amongst his own people, man. You see? But is a false witness and he speak lies, man. Okay? You know, and this whole thing is pretty much what this whole conflict is really going off of, man. You see? All right? This is a wicked, this is a devised wicked imagination, man. Okay? You see? All right? So this is how you know that something else is coming down the pipeline, man. You know? And it could be a FF coming up, you know, okay? Because more people need to be more on board with what the narrative is, man. Okay? So one way or the other, man, they're going to attempt to accomplish that, man. Okay? And to pretty much bring this, what's going on over there, bring this uncomfortableness here on the shores of Babylon, man. You see? All right? This is how you see in the ultimate recipe that would be conjured up, man. You know? Because that's the only play in the playbook that this man has, man. You see? And people will pretty much, you know, at the drop of a hat, change their sentiment, man, about what's really going on, man. You see? All right? And what more to where when things happen in your own backyard, man. You see? So hey, through the spirit, man, we just gotta just watch and pray, man. You know? All right, this man is pretty much gonna make his move. Is pretty much going to give this narrative some more teeth, so to speak. Okay? And pretty much and get to whip the people into shape, into thinking on the same accord as him. You know? All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.